So I'm going to talk to you about this tab up here on the PreSonus Studio that says GEQ, and that stands for General Equalizer or General Equalization, one of those. So you can see here that it's flat because I have not really applied anything for it. Now what this is you can see individual frequencies, so 20 hertz, 25 hertz, 32 hertz, on and on, 500 hertz, 800 hertz, 1 kilohertz, 2.5 kilohertz, all the way up to 20,000 kilohertz, or sorry, 20 kilohertz, which is 20,000 hertz. So this is essentially what we were talking about on the regular EQ, but this is over every single channel. So this is for the whole system. So if you feel that, I guess, well, hold up a second. The main reason that you would use this GEQ is for ambient and room purposes. So depending on the room that you're playing in or running sound in, different frequencies are going to be louder than others, and different frequencies are going to be so loud that basically all mics just are going to feed back to them, just because, you know, every room has a fundamental frequency where things are going to reverberate the most for. So a good way to eliminate that problem is just to use the general EQ. So maybe around 400 hertz, there's a big ring in the system. You can kind of cut it with that. So actually I can kind of demonstrate to you. So if I turn off the equalizer and cut all this frequency amplification, so now everything's just flat. I'm using this one microphone. Check, check, check. Now, if we turn on the fader all the way, okay, you hear that? So there's a frequency. You can cut it. Okay, do you hear that? That was probably about 160 hertz. So if I turn it up, that's the frequency right there. So for this room, we probably don't want a ton of that frequency. So it'd probably be a good idea to cut it. Obviously, I don't know what frequency is going to feed back the most, so you kind of have to guess. And then there's a ring right now. So I turn up, I'm going to have to turn up the gain on here just to make this really sensitive, and it'll feed back the most. So there's another low frequency. Kind of the low end, probably about 80 hertz. I'm not sure exactly, it's hard to reproduce that. But there's another one. You hear that ringing. So turn up the gain a little bit more. There's another one there. There's another frequency. Well, I'm not sure what frequency that one was, but you get the general idea. So to optimize your room, it'll take a while, and the best way to do it is just to put a mic in the middle. Mine was back here, so it probably should have been in the middle, and just intentionally picking up what's coming out of the mains. Because the frequencies that are going to be the loudest are going to be the ones that are native to the room. And so you can kind of cut out the frequencies that are just going to be really loud for the whole system. So that's what you can do with the GEQ. Now, there's a main mix L and a main mix R. They're both the same. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. They're the same right now. There's a power button, so you can turn it off and deactivate it, or you can turn it on. There's a cool spectral feature where you can kind of, well, you can kind of see what frequencies, well, I thought that you could. You can kind of see what frequencies are coming through. So there you can see, this is my voice. Those are a lot of the highs, and those are a lot of the lows. So there was a spec feature that would kind of highlight a lot of the frequencies that were coming through, but it doesn't seem to be working now. But that is pretty much everything in the GEQ tab up here.